What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. Please stick around for this one. So Airbnb plans to consider cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. The company's IPO prospectus filed with the SEC shows interest in emerging technology, including cryptocurrency. Now understand, in the past, people used to say, oh, blockchain is useful, but cryptocurrencies are not, when in fact, even Brian Brooks, acting comptroller of the currency that oversees the US banking system and was also nominated by Trump for another 5 years, we'll see if that sticks, but he's even just said recently via video recording that cryptocurrency and blockchain are going to be helping one another. We need the finite supply. We understand the benefits of creating these distributed, decentralized platforms that are entirely immutable, especially if they cut costs and efficiencies in any way, shape, or form. So we have huge companies across the board talking about considering cryptocurrencies, accepting cryptocurrencies, utilizing blockchain as a database so it's more distributed and they can access it so there's no centralized systemic risk. People do not understand we are on the cusp of something absolutely massive. We have top US regulators saying more crypto banks are coming, way beyond just Kraken, which Ripple invested in back in the day, and they're 100% fully reserved. Links are in the video description, and also Avanti. So keep an eye on Coinbase. Maybe in 2021 we could see something big as well. Now, if we remember also R3 years ago putting out articles on asset fractionalization and the benefits, and of course tokenization of all types of assets. So we know cryptocurrency and the benefits that it offers, but we have groups like Airbnb, of course platforms like Robinhood, now allowing you, and working on allowing you, to buy fractionalized stock. So if there is a share of Facebook and let's say it's $200 and you only have $20, you can buy, 0.1 of that share, owning 10%. All right. So very nice, very exciting, and let's keep going here. So, and be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to go read something. It might be boring for some of you, but those of you that understand what is at play here, I think you guys will be very, very excited. So this is an old presentation that Ripple presented. I know this video is from 2017. I know I've, shared a bunch of screenshots and the actual presentations of Uber and Amazon listed on Ripple documents. Should be no surprise, but just interesting to see them here. A single interface for payments across any network. We can see, of course, this is XVIA, so it doesn't have anything to do with XRP per se or on-demand liquidity, but just notice the settlement infrastructure is the foundation. We have Ripple API, liquidity, governance, rule sets, messaging, and then settlement is at the bottom of all of this. We also see Seagate, one of the first investors, Uber, and Amazon. And also, of course, we've seen Airbnb mentioned in the past, and of course, David Schwartz would often reference them in examples. Why? Because they have friction in their payments. They're doing international payments, and in illiquid corridors in developing nations, sometimes these international payments are 10 times more expensive. That is what I call a problem, and it's also measured in the trillions of dollars. All right? And also, just as I'm spitballing here, remember, I did see Anders L share this, and that's why I want to bring it up. So with the SEC, we've seen some big moves happening across the globe, guys, and hopefully you understand why I believe in this asset class so much, and I'm not going to give up after 2 to 3 years of price manipulation and suppression. No, I am waiting, and I am, excited for what's to come. We have the SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, finally stepping down. We have other huge people, of course, stepping down, even in the past, earlier this year and last year, just like Godfrey Lebrant, the former CEO of Swift, stepping down. We remember watching videos of him alongside Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple on stage, just those two during an interview. I don't know what else to tell you. We had the former CFTC chairman, again, who used to be able to classify things as commodities. He is an advisor for the company Ripple, and he's also a part of a law firm that represents them. I don't know how much clearer it can get, but yeah, you guys can say XRP is a scam coin. It has no future. When all is said and done, it has more integrations, and the power of network effects will take way. And I think investing in the fundamentals long term will beat anything there is. All right. So let's keep going here. So remember, I showed you this if you guys want to save that. Now this is that old document, and of course right here, this is a Ripple document. Problem: delayed settlement results in trapped cash. There's this money that's the float that is sitting around in transaction accounts globally. Right here, they're saying $27 trillion is just sitting around doing nothing, and this is what I call just in case money. Do you know how many zeros that is, and what would happen if you can free this capital and allow it to move more efficiently and freely? Cutting costs, these groups would be able to invest this money and probably develop new revenue streams. There's no more capital costs sitting there and getting hit with inflation year over year. In specific countries like Argentina with heavy inflation rates for their Argentine peso, I don't think people consider this and what is really happening. And then you have the Volcker rule changes and hedge funds being able to get their feet wet in crypto assets. And we have NASDAQ partnering with R3 and Bitstamp and Bank of America and Ripple. Yeah. So you could say I'm a little excited in the future, but just like you, I'm impatient. I've been doing these videos for years, and eventually it's going to feel so good to say, wow, we were right. And hey, if we're even 10% right, we are going to make a killing. Right here, XRapid, today it's called on-demand liquidity, utilizes XRP. We'll just go right here. XRapid reduces the opportunity cost of capital. So just think XRP, no float, liquidity on demand between all these institutions, and the XRP can just be right here. And maybe, some of these institutions, corporates will even hold it. You can really wonder. And now this is going to go into my next point as well. And let me see if I'm missing anything over here before I read the good stuff at the very end of this video. All right, so we went over here. If you guys have not seen this video I released, it only has like 4,000 views. This is just a 1 minute clip of Tika Tawari. I'm sure many of you have seen this, but he's talking about what we are seeing and what we've seen in the 90s of institutional groups manipulating the market so they can buy low and then boom, the bull run comes. This is the same thing that's happening again. Please understand that the powers that be, so to speak, they own the media. They can control what you see. They can shill an asset, make you look that way, and you're going to forget the other. Just watch this video clip if you have a chance. I did upload it on the 19th. All right. Was just reading some liquidity here that Ripple Engineering put out. Now here's the good stuff. So this is shared by Aisha, and you can follow her at Aisha DIOR7. Sorry if I butchered that. And essentially right here on the topic of if banks don't need to use XRP, the actual tokens for their transaction, how can XRP price go up or even go high when banks adopt the Ripple platform utilizing the XRP ledger? And so she's tagging David Short, CTO of Ripple, in this, and just look at how he answered this. And I would love your guys' opinion on this. I think he covers this perfectly. He's always transparent, but of course there's going to be some people that don't like the response. So I'm going to read this verbatim, but I will be adding in some little talking points. Please listen carefully. Right here. David Short, CTO of Ripple, 2018 to present. There's a business that Ripple has, the company, has providing transaction processing software to banks. That's all they're doing, guys. They're a payments company utilizing blockchain technology, and they sell the software to banks to increase whether it's even just messaging and overall, efficiency or settlement. And their ultimate goal is for XRP to be one of the most liquid bridge assets in this ecosystem. So it can work without XRP and without any blockchain technology. That's important to know. It improves international payments because it uses end-to-end messaging to track payment progress, ensure all necessary compliance information is in transaction in the first place, precisely knows the exact fees ahead of time that's not available today in most technology, and provides prompt, reliable confirmation of delivery. Remember, today, the ecosystem in illiquid corridors specifically, 2 to 3 days, 2 to 5 days, 6% of SWIFT payments fail. That's absolutely nuts. This is a big enough improvement that banks will even use it if the actual money moves the same way it does now. So even if there was no value add for the money, the actual messaging applications make it a huge plus. Interesting. And we also know that Swift GPI is literally just X-current. They just stole the technology. So it's funny how far ahead Ripple, the company, really is. And as I say in a lot of videos, private companies can work a lot faster than these big behemoth, dinosaurs. Ripple has built a public blockchain with the native asset XRP, and we're going, 8 years strong at least. Right here, it has various nice features: a distributed exchange, a DEX, DEX, good governance, fast transactions, high transaction volume, native multi-sign, key rotation, payment channels, and so on. It's much more than just XRP over the XRPL, guys. It is the benefits of this entire distributed consensus network. Right here, the hard part about getting banks to use a blockchain is not the blockchain, it's everything else. It's governance, compliance, integration with banking systems, and so on. Our software does all that stuff. Single API, guys. So if routing a payment through XRP instead of their traditional way is even a penny cheaper, the bank can now take it. Then we have to make XRP cheaper somewhere that matters. Interesting. So what they mean is XRP being the cheapest option to send a payment, not the value of XRP. So please understand that. I know I'm going to get some stupid comments. All right, Ripple likely will not target the biggest corridors like US dollar to euro early on. Now, interestingly enough, they've said this, but why are they working on that corridor now? Because they already say it's extremely efficient. What do they know that we do not? All right, and that's just a little speculation. Early targets will be inefficient, but fairly high volume corridors. For example, the euro to the India rupee market makers, currency traders, often have a very small profit margin. So even a very small incentive, because again, it's, a liquid for the most part. So even a small incentive to place good euro to XRP and then XRP to, Indian rupee offers can beat what banks are getting now through the correspondent banking system. So they are incentivizing the market makers, these huge companies that are literally making and taking markets. If they're for profit, that's exactly what's going to happen. I think you guys know the burn rate is statistically ever so slightly more likely to be more profitable for them over time. And this is how you make a highly competitive marketplace for an asset that has the potential to become as liquid as a G10 currency. And these are quotes from Ripple employees. Next, once we get one corridor, we hang other countries off each end of the corridor. So just imagine network effects, expanding the reach of XRP, depth of liquidity. And remember, what was it last week? I uploaded that video talking about multi-hop. Please listen to that. I think that was Craig DeWitt of Ripple, a product at Ripple, talking about it. Access and depth of liquidity into these regions, just as Thailand was the first example, and it's bidirectional. So I just don't, think people understand the potential. This asset class, XRP specifically, is so nascent, meaning it is so young and has so much underlying potential to the upside. And this is not financial advice, guys. Do your own research. But obviously I'm a believer, so to speak, and this is not blind faith. This is, years and years of following developments and reporting them. All right. So now say you're a company like Apple with a huge pile of cash, whether it's US dollars or whatever, or just like that float we showed in the previous slide. I'll need to hold the asset that people, the people who are selling want. So if they're going into any of our corridors, meaning those payment pairs, they'll want XRP. So you would want to hold XRP, right? So if Ripple is successful getting XRP used as a vehicle or that vehicle asset in international payments, new corporates like Uber and Airbnb, look, he's name dropping them again, who make payments all over the globe and want to make them as quickly and cheaply as possible, could significantly add to the demand of XRP. Why? They can buy XRP at below market cost. Say they want to buy with USD. They just wait for someone to make a payment that's bridged with XRP that delivers USD. They can provide the US dollar for delivery and take the XRP from the other side of the payment. Since they're providing someone else liquidity, they'll pay below market rate. Interesting, right? They can make payments funded from XRP at roughly half the cost. So also half the spread as well, guys. This is absolutely unbelievable. And I think you guys understand what it's like to even entertain the idea of even decentralized pools of liquidity. And that's exactly what, DeFi has been working on as well during that huge bubble, July, August, September that we saw through a variety of altcoins. Since they already have XRP, they can save the cost of the 2XRP half of the payment. This means they'll save money by stockpiling piles of XRP sufficiently to adapt the timing of these two operations, and they'll be adding to XRP demand, obviously greatly reducing the supply as well, and there are multiplier effects, involved with this. These forces could be expected to increase the price of XRP, could be expected. The same logic can apply to all kinds of companies that make payments around the world. Last but not least, at least that's what Ripple's betting on, the company. After all, the reason we're doing this is to increase demand for XRP, to increase the value we can extract from our stash of XRP. All in all, their ultimate goal is for XRP to have a high value. It would help their company's valuation, and it would also have that flywheel effect to suck in more network participants as well. They're solving real problems. For real customers measured in the trillions. They are, far beyond many other groups that I can see and that I've researched. And hopefully, this added value for you guys. All right. Last but not least, right here, Tim Draper, and this was actually shared by James Rule XRP, so thank you for sharing this with me. Globe Derivatives Exchange is launching soon. Tim Draper, Pantera Capital, they are both backing this new crypto derivatives exchange. Guys, we know derivatives are getting huge. We also know that the derivative trading, for the most part, was outlawed in Europe as well. Very interesting for at least retail traders, so pay close attention to what's happening here. We also know Tim Draper is a huge Bitcoin whale. He's said some good things about Ripple in the past as well, which is very exciting. And if you don't remember, you can also go because he has an unstoppable domain. So just as mine is kevincage.crypto in the top right of this video, you can see you can go to timdraper.crypto, and this is not only his unstoppable domain, so you can send all cryptocurrencies to a single wallet. It's like his email for crypto, but you can also create a hack-proof, decentralized website that nobody can control but yourself. So he has, a little picture, a little bio about him. You can, include your social media, whatever you want. I still have to do this. I played with it a little bit, but I still want to go live on my decentralized website is kevincage.crypto. Just wanted to point this out. And guys, again, if you've not created an account, the links are in the video description. Just go under Unstoppable Domains and claim your own domain. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.